would like a land. Beautiful. Is that a surrender? I'm back at 20. I have more life than you. My fair citizens, Sodium City, we have the perfect gift. Now, of course, what would a perfect gift be without a harmless offering, right? So we're gonna give people a totes adorbs little kitten. The gift that we will be giving is 9 lives. Say 3 mana enchant with hexproof, which is great. If a source would deal damage to you, prevent that damage and put an incarnation counter on 9 lives. When there are 9 or more incarnation counters on it, exile it. Whenever it leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. Now this is kind of cool because it helps you survive through aggro decks and things like that. Obviously you have to be aware of the interaction with Stomp from the Bone Crusher Giant as well as Questing Beast because damage can't be prevented. And there's probably other various things where damage can't be prevented, but they're probably irrelevant because they're not played. Of course, it doesn't prevent life loss. It's only damage. So also keep that in mind. But we will end up giving that to them. We're not really going to use it that much unless we really need to. But then, Harmless Offering, 3 mana sorcery, target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. So again, we're just going to give them 9 lives. Pretty innocuous. They're like, oh, thank you, well, Harmless Offering. We're going to give them a kitty. Obviously, 9 lives is a kitty. Perfect. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cast Hour of Revelation. Spell costs 3 less to cast if there are 10 or more non-land permanents on the battlefield. Destroy all non-land permanents. Now, we don't have a ton of permanents, but we don't have a little permanents. Depending on what kind of deck we're going up against, Hour of Revelation can either cost 6 or it can cost 3. And also depends on how late in the game it is. But a lot of times it does just end up costing 3, and that's very, very good. We also have Cleansing Nova, just 5 mana, destroy all creatures, or destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Once again, we're trying to destroy 9 lives when the opponent controls it, because when 9 lives leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. Harmless Offering, target opponent gains control of that permanent. So they are going to own 9 lives, we no longer own it, and then we're going to blow it up so they lose the game. That is essentially what we're doing with the deck. Everything else is just survivability. We have ramp with Blood Sun and Lotus Field, which is our typical ramp package that I do in a lot of decks. This actually enabled us to do this combo on turn 5, which is very, very cool because it's quite mana intensive, and the fact that you need 3 different cards is also very, very difficult to do, and they all have to stick. But again, outside of that, it's just a copious amount of board wipes, Mazemind Tome for card draw, blah, 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 blah. Pretty much anything that you need to fit the meta that's going on at that time, that's what you'll fill the deck with. The current deck list that you'll see in the description below is going to be the first day that Historic Anthologies 4 came out, and that deck list we were almost only going up against Azorius Control and Rakdos Sacrifice or Mono Black Discard, pretty much everything that is just a really, really annoying aggro, a lot of discard, and a lot of counter spells. So it was an extremely annoying process to deal with. However, I do think this deck is very good and can perform well. The only changes that I might make if you were to take it would be to add the white ley line instead of a lot of the board wipes. That would prevent people from discarding your combo, because obviously that's super important. That's just a big thing that's going on right now. There's a ton of Thoughtseize, and I'm talking like 80% of the decks are just running discard, and it gets really annoying to try to find your combo, especially since we ended up going down to 3 of each piece of the combo. It's just making it more and more difficult to actually pull it off. So it is something I would consider. If you wanted to build this deck yourself, it will set you back 61 rares, but no mythics, you know? So it's essentially a Strider Stone budget deck, right? 0 mythics, perfect. Perfect. Now, I will go out on a limb. I'm going to say that this deck is the truth. It needs a little bit of tweaking maybe, but overall I think it just needs more games. This deck is the truth. I believe you can climb the ladder with it. So definitely take it in and just run with it, and let me know your results in the comments section below. And as for yesterday's comment question of the day, I asked you, do you think WotC actually reads the reports that we submit? Here are your answers. If you want your comment featured in these videos, make sure you answer the comment question of the day every single day, 7 days a week in the comment section below. If you want to see more wackadoo decks like this, then make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, bell notification, come out videos 7 days a week. What's to lose? And if you want to see me build a bunch of these decks live, maybe give me some of your decks that you like, then go ahead and follow me over at twitch.tv/StriderStone. I stream 5 days a week, every day except Monday and Thursday, schedule in the description below. I have no idea how this is going to perform. I put it in the rank ladder for a bit and it did pretty good, but everyone's been having problems with the client today. So I don't even know how much I can even get through in the event. I don't know how many people are even going to be playing it, because it's been taking time for me to even get into a game in ranked. And I think I was waiting about 5 minutes to get into a game in play mode. So I have no idea if it's even something that's doable. I really just don't. This is a pretty good hand against aggro, which is nice, obviously. I haven't seen an elf deck, actually. It's kind of surprising.
Surprise, motherfucker.
All right. Gonna need an untapped land. Gonna need an do I have a lot of tapped lands in here? Okay, I have 4 Lotus Fields and that's it. It's the only untapped lands I have. Land! All right. That's fine. We do still need lands. We do still need lands. Am I dead here? I don't think they don't have any big pumpy dumps, right? Second Coco. Oh, 4, 7. That's math. Am I dead?
Calm down. Calm down.
Jesus Christ. All right, well, I would be best. All right, I mean, I'll take it. I didn't necessarily want to do that, but I think it was still important for me to. I think. Actually, yeah. Let's just get like an obscene amount of life. So we're getting 2 life a turn. We have a 4 life buffer, and then we have another 4, but we also have a board wipe. And every time they play a creature, we get 2 life. So we're not in a bad spot, per se. Yeah, and now they blew their load. I would like a land. Beautiful. Is that a surrender? I'm back at 20. I have more life than you. Yeah. Yeah. There's nothing you can do about that one. I haven't seen anyone use the Elvish Abomination or whatever it is. I have not seen that at all. It's kind of surprising. It's kind of surprising, actually. I think the sound got fucked up in the game again. The client has had so many problems. There's a ton of people that couldn't even log into the game at all. And there was some people that they couldn't log into their own account, but they could log into other people's accounts on their computer. So I'm pretty sure it was like a local system user issue. It definitely could have been an account issue. Like a bunch of accounts got corrupt or something in the database? Maybe? I doubt it, but maybe. There's a big thing on Twitter of them talking about it. Well, they didn't really talk about it. They just said, yeah, we're looking into it. Hey, our engineers are looking into it. A bunch of people were reporting about it. But none of them said that it was fixed. So that was also kind of weird. All right. So we have the combo kind of in our hand we have parts of it with 9 lives and Harmless Offering. So essentially what we're doing is we're playing 9 lives and then we give them 9 lives. They're running blue-black. The chances of them not having a targeted discard spell, like Thought Steve or Thought Karen, are very, very low. So I think I just had to ram out 9 lives as quickly as possible. As much as I would have loved a Valakut Awakening and throw back some bullshit. Like, I don't think I need these. So I'm going to keep the Harmless Offering, but I'm going to bottom these 2. I just really hope they don't have, like, an answer to that. That would be forever sad. They could definitely have counter spells. It wouldn't surprise me. I haven't done anything. Alright, if they have a counter, they need to counter that. 3, 4, 5, they have 6 mana, 7 next turn. If they have Ugin, we're obviously dead. Okay. They counter that, which is nice. I might actually just end up offering that to them. Like now-ish. While they're tapped out. This also is not necessarily bad if they counter it. We only have 3 of them, which does kind of suck. But, alright, so they have it. So now we just have to get a Cleansing Nova, which we have 2 of. Yeah, we have 2 Cleansing Novas and 3 Hour of Revelations. So we have 5 cards. We just have to hope we get one of those and it resolves, all right? What are the chances? Shark Typhoon. Who'da thunk it? I don't think I care to settle that. Not sure if I do this end of their turn or if I wait for more cards. Huh. Wonder why they shocked that into play. Interesting. They're trying to hold up a counterspell, and so they could be holding up a negate plus the scry with the castle. I guess I don't necessarily need to be... Why are they not scrying? I find it odd that they're not scrying. I mean, I'm happy that they're not scrying. But it does suck. I don't like this. This I like a lot less. Shadow's Verdict, that's fine. Okay, they're still not scrying. This is good. We just have to make sure we don't accidentally try to draw a card on our turn. All right, come on. Ooh, they're finally scrying. Now we just really need our Blood Sun. Bottom. We like bottom. Let's go ahead and scry this, and then we'll draw. Yeah. So maybe this will get out a counterspell. It's the best thing we can really hope for, really. All right. Well, they didn't scribe beforehand, which is good. Okay. This isn't an instant, though. Can they still cast that other side of it? They can. Why did I think they couldn't do that? I don't know why I thought they couldn't do that. I thought they... Yeah, I thought they changed that to where you could only cast the one side that was an instant and not the sorcery. Clearly mistaken. Alright, well... Guess... We haven't even seen one yet. We've hit a lot of cards. We have five potential ones. 5 potential. Yeah, right now it's a 12% chance. I don't really want to scry with these, so I think I need to stop. As much as I mean, they just drew 7 cards. It's definitely not a good matchup for us. The Narset blocking all of our card draw, we would have gone through so many more cards here. But we just haven't even been drawing it. Maybe their client crashed. Ugh. And we have to play everything that we can, because if they do another commit to memory, we want to make sure that there's the least amount of cards that we don't want in our deck. Because right now, the only thing we want to search for is a Doomskar, or sorry, a Cleansing Nova and an Hour Revelation. The only 2 cards. Blood Sun is nice too, but... And I don't want to play this and sacrifice the 2 lands. Maybe mainly because that's 2 lands that would get shuffled back in instead of just 1. All right, come on, 13% chance. And this will draw us 1 card once this one is no longer available. We are gaining life. They would have to attack us 6 times. Or 9 times in order for the 9 lives to kill us. Okay. Blood Sun is good. Didn't draw that many cards +1. So yeah, I just play this without putting anything on the bottom. No. Well, we knew they were gonna do that. It's kind of weird that they left mana open. I don't know what they're leaving mana open for. Zero. Just need to draw 1 card. Okay. Damn. We had it. We had it. We finally got it. Okay, that's the second. It's the second memory. I assume they have 4. We still have one more 9 lives, but that did shuffle back in. Oh, that's bad. Now if they just play anything, I mean, yeah, hard casting that Shark Typhoon is really smart. Ooh. Still a 13% chance. Yikes. Come on. Not the card I wanted, but it's fine-ish. Damn. Damn it. We were so close. We just needed one of those cards for so long. For so long. Yeah, it's just very unfortunate. It's not a super good matchup for us. Them being able to counter everything. The commit to memory obviously didn't help. Our only ways to actually deal with Narset is Hour of Revelation. Them being able to get that out on turn 3 just kind of super fucked us. Even though we didn't get our Cosmos Elixir out, it's still not healthy. We were able to give them a 9 lives with Harmless Offering, which was a lot farther than I thought that we were going to be able to get them. It took us a while to be able to get the Blood Sun as well. Opponent goes first. Do you get a turn 2 Mazemind Tome into a turn 3 Blood Sun? Probably turn 4 Settle? We need to. So it's most likely okay. It would have been nice to have an Authority, because then we would have like a perfect curve. But yeah, we haven't been doing good against Mono Black discard, which has been fucking everywhere. Zombies? There's battlefield tapped. Turn from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. Shit. Well, this is very bad. So they get rid of my Mazemind Tome. Really hoping they didn't have that. That at least saves our Doomskar. There's been so much discard, man. Well, at least... Yeah, at least I was able to foretell the Doomskar. The discard is just on another level. Like I said, we've been running into this so much lately, and I don't think I've beat a discard deck in like 5 days. It's just been out of control. Okay, another land. It's decent. Getting the Valakut Awakening, I think, is really smart for them. Because not only is it a land to cast Settle the Wreckage from, I'm actually gonna get this down. The least amount of time they have to actually get rid of my Cosmos Elixir is better. I don't want to just Doomskar 3 power off the board when I can just take 1 damage every turn. And I'm not super worried about it. I would like for them to overextend a little bit more on the board. If I top deck a land, I can Doomskar and then Valakut Awakening to shuffle back maybe the Settle? So now I actually have to Doomskar because that's just a giant threat that they can pump like a motherfucker. All right. So we will have to play that as a land, unfortunately. And then we Harmless Offering to give it to them. Reggie, all right. Not yet. Fuck. Okay, as long as they don't top deck a Thought Steve. Cool, all right. Jeez. It's kind of a tight battle. It's kind of a tight battle. Whew. I was worried there for a minute. Worried there for a minute. Wait, did I DC? Did the opponent DC? Neither? Both? Yeah, so they can only deal 9 damage to me, luckily. We're gonna pretend that we had to top deck it, right? Got him!
Got him! Got him!
Head explosion. Always. Always. It is nice to see people are actually still playing these constructed events. I was kind of worried that no one was going to be playing them tonight, since it's already fucking late. But it is Historic Anthologies. New day. But the client has been having issues for everybody. So I'm surprised people are still even trying. Either that or it's finally working for people and people are just getting on now. Okay, so once again, opponent goes first. Is it a control deck? Is it Azorius? God damn it. Azorius control and constructed event now? Ugh. Yeah, I'm not running anything to deal with that.
We are totally fucked.
Okay, I'm definitely saving that for card draw. Everything else is gonna get countered. They have Narset already. Okay.
So many mysteries to uncover.
Beautiful. As long as they don't fuck with that. And this doesn't even need to go through, right? If they counter this, that's probably fine. Because I'm not going to draw any cards from this, because they have Narset, right? Perfect. Okay, that's actually not that bad for us. Yeah, that's not that bad for us. They're heavy on the control side of things, though. Do they have it? It's yours now. They have no idea what to do. Okay. We have a Cleansing Nova here. If they tap out, or don't have a counterspell, or 20 other different things, question is, do we wait? Do we wait for them to tap out? I mean, they're searching now for something. Sensor, okay. So maybe... they could have tucked the 9 lives. They could have tucked the 9 lives. That would have been big brain. All right. If they have it, they have it. Had a stroke. Okay. Wrath.
Keep an open mind.
Shark Typhoon, okay.
Keep up the pace.
There's no way they tap out for that Shark Typhoon. Would be cool. Interesting. Are they getting desperate? Do they have it? Again. They did not have it again. They did not have it again. It was close one. That was a close one. Jeez. Sauron. Alright. And this is pretty good. If we get a land. Lurrus, okay. Kind of got debated by the Lurrus here. I want to say hopefully it's auras and not Rakdos discard, because that deck. Ah! God damn it! They have a lot of good targets, but they have to be going for the 9 lives or Blood Sun here, I'm pretty sure. We had the combo, chat. We had the fucking combo. Fuck. God damn it, that sucks. Damn it. Ugh. But it's like I had to keep that, right? Yeah, this is just where it spirals out of control. I always get so fucking unlucky against Rakdos. I can't beat this fucking deck. I don't know why. Rage inducing. And I hate having to scry with this against a discard deck. I mean, if they get rid of Harmless Offering, that also fucking sucks, because that's 2 pieces of our combo that they just got rid of. Rage! It's like they can hear me. Dude. Why? Why is this missing land drops? We have 28 lands. 28. I have 28 lands in this deck. Should not be missing land drops. Especially... yeah, we should not be missing this many land drops. Hello? Land?
Hello.
Fucking, can I get a land check, please? Land check, please. We fucking gotta land. Oh boy, chat. We did it. I knew we could do it. Did it all along. Alright, so now we can only draw from this Mazemind Tome, but we only get 2 draws from it, which is so unfortunate. We had to scry so many times. We had to scry 4 times instead of drawing 4 cards. Because we missed all those goddamn land drops. That's the worst part about it. That feels so bad. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. So... second, draw 2 cards. Yeah, it makes sense because they know that I'm gonna Wrath it next turn. Because obviously I have to, but they thought Steve. That's a different situation. Okay, now if they play Lurrus, because they don't know what we have Doomscarred, technically. Hopefully. Or they don't know what we have Foretold. They don't know we have Doomskar Foretold. They don't have Kroza in the graveyard yet. Arcanist? That makes sense. Since 5/5. See. Oof, they have a Kroza now, that hurts. Oh shit. Fuck. That's actually really painful too, because that is haste. Comes in as a 4/4. We would get a pocket of 12 lands in a row, wouldn't we? Yikes. Oh, that's so bad. Yeah. Yeah, 5 lands in a row is not healthy for us. I would like to please not get another... Please no land. So it's like the worst card we could have got. Outside of another fucking land, of course. But, I mean, we bottomed 2 board wipes. What are we looking for here? I mean, a Cosmos Elixir does great. Settle the Wreckage, we bottomed 1, so that's not really realistic. 9 lives is great. 5% chance at that. There's their Kroza. Cool. Yeah, we have nothing. Doesn't look like they can give it haste, right? Because they don't have fame. Well, it doesn't matter, but... Right, does claim untap? Claim the firstborn untaps. So, yeah, they could have... Doesn't even matter! Doesn't fucking matter. It comes into play, we take 3 damage, and... yeah, we're fucking dead. I can't beat this damn deck. I mean, getting mana screwed or missing land drops for like 4 turns in a row, 5 land drops or whatever it was, that was atrocious. Just can't. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about that. It just happens. It's just a big pocket of no lands and then a big pocket of lands. Yeah. I specifically put in 28 lands, 4 of them being Valakut Awakenings, so that doesn't happen. Because if we get a bunch of dead cards, we can cast Valakut Awakening, get rid of all that shit. I have 4 Mazemind Tomes and 4 Elixirs just to get all that shit out. And then we had to scry so much with our tomes, we just couldn't get anywhere. Could not get anywhere with it. It wasn't his fault to the deck, though. That was just high, unfortunate variance. Then being able to get rid of 2 of our combo pieces early on was also very, 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 very bad. I am considering strongly considering putting in 4 of the white ley lines, because this is kind of fucking ridiculous. It's like every game. I cannot beat this deck. It's every game. This is rough. Yeah. It's like the same exact hand as yesterday, or early. I hate playing that this early. But I wish I had my Blood Sun. Take out Settle. How the fuck am I missing land drops? Again. The 50% chance! 50! 50! Come on! Oh my god. Alright, that's at least something. So I assume they pay 4 life for the Adanto. Is that? Okay. I was like, I thought that was 2 mana. They were holding priority and they kept looking at it. I was like, Luckily, Auto Tapper fucked them. Okay. Not quite there. So, I honestly might No, I don't need to do that. Easy every time. Easy every time. Easy every... Didn't... Not even close to not having it. Pay for life. Either way you were dead. Jesus Christ, that was so close. That was the first time I went up against the Shadow's Verdict deck, though. Or is that what the card's called? That new card? The Shadow, is it? It's gotta be Shadow. I'm pretty sure it's Shadow's Verdict. But every time, so I was listening to streams all morning, or I couldn't even listen to them most of the morning. But I was trying to listen to streams, and every time, pretty much every stream I went into, all of them were playing the Death Shadow, or whatever that fucking card is called. Whatever it is, all of them were playing it. And I couldn't listen to the stream. It was just the same thing on every single stream. It's like, ugh. Okay, I do need to actually do this, because that can be a problem very quickly. I am actually fine with it. Perfectly fine with that. Perfectly fine with this. Yeah, so we needed 9 lives. 9 lives, I think, is pretty good against this deck. Because they usually only have single creatures at a time. And I don't think they have anything that protects themselves.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
It's a good card. 9/11. Monka S. The most talented player I've ever seen. Opponent. The most talented. Yeah, and luckily they only get 1 land out of it. That was a 1 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Yep, you got it. Sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and scry first. And then draw. We definitely don't need that many lands. We have a lot of lands right now. Okay, they don't have the puppy. They don't have the puppy. That's all that matters right now. So if they get that puppy, we're dead. All right, we need 9 lives. We get these two baby boys. Probably dead. Even with this, we need 9 lives. So the best way... I mean, it's something, I guess. They have a grip of cards. Can they get up to 16? Do they have another All That Glitters? Do they have another one? We did our best. It wasn't good enough. God damn it. Just so close. We just needed 9 lives. That dog was so fucking clutch. So close. Every time. Yeah, we had so many outs. 9 lives or them not having the dog. No? Yes? No? Yes? So this is basically what's been happening all day with the Historic Anthologies. They made a bunch of changes to the client. Yeah. Unable to claim prize. Nice. Nice. Alright, I have no idea what I got for my reward. So it's the second time we've done Historic Event 2 weeks in a row. I've not been able to see the rewards that I got. But I did get all my gold back, so 500 gold back, and I got 3 cards. They're at least uncommons. So overall, this was a big plus. Getting 3 uncommons is actually very good, and it's base uncommons. So this means that they can upgrade to rare or mythic, and that's all of them. All 3 of them can upgrade to that. So technically, I've never seen it happen, but technically, all 3 of these can be mythics. It's once you get up into the 5th win and 6th and 7th win that you get a guaranteed rare, which is also very good. And you start making gold instead of just breaking even on just gold. However, again, if you're churning this out, especially if you're doing an aggro deck, if you like that kind of stuff and you're really just trying to farm gold as much as possible over and over and over again, Constructed Event is very good for that. A lot of people get intimidated by it. They're like, oh, I don't want to lose gold and stuff like that. And it's just like everything else. There are times where you're going to go 0-3. And there's going to be times that you go 7-0. Most of the time when I do constructed events, when I was farming constructed events, I was hovering right around 3 to 5 wins, usually right around 4 to 5, to be honest. I would get 3 every once in a while, I would get 0 every once in a while, and I would get 7 pretty regularly. But for the most part, I would stay right around 4 and 5. So I would break even, or I would get a little bit extra. So again, it's not the most efficient for your time because it does take a while. You're still playing the games, but if you're just playing a bunch of games and you're playing on ladder, what do you get from the ladder? You get up to mythic in the whole month. You get 1 additional pack than if you were to get to that than diamond. It's 6 total packs, I think, if you're in mythic. Which, yeah, 5 packs. So 4, 3. So throughout the whole month. So you can just grind a mythic really quick if you do that, and you have your 5 packs and your 1,000 gold and 2 card styles, and then boom, you're done. After that, there's no reason not to just farm gold or do anything else, in my opinion. And you can always do all of your daily rewards on there too. All of your daily quests can easily be done in the historic events or the constructed events, whether it's standard. I never do the best of 3 ones, so I don't know how different it is. So that is something you'd have to take a look into. It's 1,000 to join, so you would need 2 wins to break even to get your 3 uncommons. And then you get quite a bit of boost if you get the 3 wins. So if you're better at best of 3, the best of 3 historic event may just be better. However, I'm not familiar with the meta in best of 3, so I'm not comfortable throwing you in that direction. However, again, this is the very first deck that I've made that is decent with the Historic Anthologies card being Harmless Offering to give them 9 lives, and then blowing it up with Hour of Revelation and or Cleansing Nova. It's a pretty good deck. It's somewhat of a combo deck, you could say. I think the earliest we got it off was turn 4, 5? We got it off turn 5, I believe, which was pretty fucking hilarious. So, yeah, I think it was turn 5. So it was a nice little surprise for the opponent, I believe. It was great. So you may see that in a video coming up, but maybe not, because I don't upgrade, or I don't upload the Twitch stream stuff to YouTube anymore. However, it is a really fun deck. A lot of people were playing this with Demonic Pact, which is somewhat similar. You leave it to where when you put it into play, it has at the beginning of your upkeep, choose one of the following that hasn't been chosen. So you put it into play, it does nothing. And then your next turn deals 4 damage to any target, you gain 4 life. Then next turn, target opponent discards 2 cards. And then the next turn, you draw 2 cards. You can choose whatever one at that time. And then the last one, you lose the game. So this has to stick on the battlefield for 4 full turns, essentially. And then you can give it to them, and then they lose the game. So you have to time it properly, which that is the part that I don't like about it. Because if your Harmless Offering gets countered when you have Demonic Pact out, you just lose. You just flat out lose. But when you have 9 lives out, you don't lose, because if you cast Harmless Offering to trade it to them and they counter it, you still just have 9 lives, right? It just depends if you have the counters or not for it. Either way, I think the 9 lives with Harmless Offering is probably the best way to do it. I almost want to go back up to 4 9 lives, but I'm not 100% sure. The meta is so odd right now. The only thing that I've seen lately, it's right now, it's 80% Thoughtseize. So if anything, I would just go straight up Leyline. I want to put in 4 Leyline of Sanctities. Just flat out. I'm like so pissed off about getting my combo ripped out of my hand that Leyline of Sanctity is definitely a possibility that I would just add 4 of. For just because I'm pissed off about it. It does suck because it was either discard decks or control decks. Both of those are almost polar opposites. So I would also want to put in Chandra 6 because she can't be countered and it's consistent pressure all the time. So Chandra 6 would be great. So would the white Leyline. However, that almost turns into a completely different deck. You would be changing out 6 cards. The only cards that you could probably take out for the Leylines would maybe be Cosmos Elixir. Then you're cutting down your card draw and your life gain so much. It would be very, very difficult to justify doing that. As for putting in Chandra, the Wrath of God and 1 Doomskar maybe? Just because it can kind of act as a board wipe in and of herself, but that's pretty risky. So I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really difficult to say, but currently, like I said, the best two options would be the White Leyline and Chandra 6. Those would be the changes I would make in order to make it extremely farmable. At the end of the day, the deck ended up going 7-5, which wasn't great, but we had to make quite a lot of adjustments. I haven't really ever built a 9 lives deck before, and I've tried to do the whole exchanging permanents with role reversal and a couple things like that, and it's always been terrible. So I didn't really want to do something identical to that. I kind of needed to do a little bit more of the Boros control-esque type of things that you'll see in probably a lot of my other decks. But I still wanted it to be more revolving around the 9 lives and Harmless Offering. In the end, I did have to remove one of each part of the combo, being 1 9 lives, 1 Harmless Offering, 1 Hour of Revelation, to add in 3 more lands. I ended up having to go to 28 lands because I was just getting mana screwed in every fucking game. And even in the end, I was still getting mana screwed, and I have no idea why. So it's one of those things you just kind of have to live with. After we made the changes that we needed to make, the deck went 3-0, which was very good. We did start off, kind of just 1-1. We made a couple changes. I was initially running the Rule of Law Tybalt's Trickery deck, basically just running Tybalt's Trickery as a actual counter spell. And then we were just running into an obscene amount of aggro. So what I had to do is I just had to throw in some life gain and some more board wipes. Had to add 4 more board wipes. Again, that's how much aggro we were running into. And then the card draw was essentially there because it was nothing but Rakdos discard, mono black discard everywhere. It was just tons of discard and tons of aggro. So I had to scrap the whole counter spell situation because we were trying to be cute with it, and just had to go into straight up survivability. And we were still having problems with it. But we also had to take out a couple wraths. We took out 1 wrath and a Doomskar, added 2 cleansing novas. This was just to kind of help with the whole destroying 9 lives once we gave it to them. We did also take out 1 Hour of Revelation, and again 1 Harmless Offering and 1 9 lives, just to add a few more lands to make it more consistent, which it did, because clearly you can see it went 3-0. This is a very small sample size. In the end, it went 7-5. We did take it into a constructed event, and it went 4-3, which again is still pretty small sample size. We did get mana screwed a couple times, which is very frustrating once again. But we were running into the same decks consistently, so it's really difficult to say how well it's going to do once the dust kind of settles with the historic meta. Now with the Rakdos discard decks, this one shows 1-0 and this one shows 1-0, but for some reason, whenever I was in the constructed event, I was just getting obliterated by them. Mono red, somehow we were winning on that, but Boros aggro, there was this Boros equipments deck going around. We just couldn't kill it whatsoever. I don't know why, but we just couldn't kill it. So that was the thing. And then we did run into a couple control decks. There was a Dimir control. It was just the overall counterspell control aspect of things. It does always put a damper on any real control deck, which is always very unfortunate. But in the end, with the addition of the lands and extra card draw, we kind of had a little bit more consistency, and we were usually able to kind of plow through a lot of those control matchups. Yo, what up, YouTube? Yeah, we going here, Strider. Come on. You didn't really think that I was that type of person, did you? Thank you everyone so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you were even a little bit entertained by this video, please make sure to let me know down below. And if you have anything that you would like to see next, go ahead and leave that there too. And make sure to check out my live stream 5 days a week, every day except Sunday and Thursday. Stream times down below.